Votre humble serviteur. Marchez! Marchez! À recevoir vos ordres! Votre Majesté? Troupes, en avant! Autre chose? En avant!
Port related. And these need to move on to one of the islands here. Martin Windward Islands, that is. And this is where we're going to set up our other base of operations. And
Votre humble serviteur.
sure, that's of utmost importance.
À gauche! Marchez!
Unfortunately, that will not happen from this direction.
Marchez!
We need to land directly on the island to do that.
Manœuvre
Oui,
terminée.
monsieur.
This army isn't at its full strength, fortunately. Let's go in militia unit here. Okay. How's things are going there? Looks like we're 100% Catholic. Here also. Here will soon be 100% Catholic. We can send the priest south. And that's it. Wow, we have all of this territory. Look at this map. That's awesome right here. Top left corner. Everything. And in the south, most of the territory belongs to the Spanish.
D'autres ordres?
Ah, un lieu d'apprentissage et de culture.
Marathons are fighting rebels consistently, and they're not always winning. King dies. The king has died, ushering a black shroud of mourning over the land. May his soul be preserved in heaven. Let his wisdom pass to those who will succeed him. So that's him right there. Church. And let's take a look who's our new monarch. And that's Mary Annie the First Queen. Right there. Bon vivant. The good things in life are there to be enjoyed and take the population's mind off their everyday miseries. This man has improved his nation's cultural landscape, agrarian. This man is a firm believer that agriculture is the basis of happiness amongst the people. This man has developed his nation's agricultural framework. Honest. This man believes in truth and honesty, something he pursues through his work. Alright. She's 64 years old. Looks really good, actually. Thing splendid. However, our government popularity isn't as high. New national leader, Mary Annie I. This nation has crowned its new and undoubted queen at a lavish ceremony in their capital city. It is the wish of all loyal subjects that she bear strong male heirs to continue her line. Oh wow, this looks awesome. And let's take a look. Looks like in Paris people are not very happy about that. But everywhere else it's fine. Okay, here we may need another general and also them to keep everybody in line. More construction. For as long as we're making 100,000, all is not lost. The necklace affair. Wow. Rumors are sweeping the French court in the wake of scandalous revelations. A priceless diamond necklace intended as a gift for the old king's favorite courtesan prior to his death has been stolen in an affair which casts all those involved in an unflattering light. It would seem that a relatively minor noblewoman, the Comtesse de la Motte, tricked Cardinal Rohan into parting with funds belonging to the Queen and persuaded the jewelers Bohemer and Bassenji to part with the necklace in the belief that it was intended for the Queen, whose payment followed. The Comtesse subsequently fled with the necklace and is believed to have broken it up for sale before she was arrested along with Rohan and others. After the makers asked the Queen for payment at their subsequent trial, all were acquitted barring the Comtesse, who was sentenced to be whipped, branded and locked up in prostitutes' gaol. In the end she was spared the physical punishments but was ruined in French society, eventually fleeing to England. However, questions continue to be asked about the Queen's level of involvement in the case, as she was a known political enemy of the Cardinal Rohan and was visibly dismayed at his acquittal. Could it be that she played along with the fraud in order to ruin Rohan? Regardless of the truth, such an unsavory case can only serve to underline the cavernous gulf between the lives of ordinary French people and those of their rulers. Okay, that's very interesting indeed. And I will just further seek expansion myself. This is where we have to continue. So that we could stay prosperous. Obviously in these regions we have to have troops inside our ports for them to be upgraded. Okay. Now about my army here. Looks like it's done. And maybe best to send these here. From this area they will be attacking Venice if need be. Paying a whooping over 80,000 for the army upkeep. But it's fine.
Nous avons triomphé.
It's a victory. Settlement is ours. Or the islands are ours.
Je dois me reposer.
Spanish are consistently increasing their forces in Americas. Right, the Confederacy looks a little different. Let's see, seems just fine. They're holding this with their navy. Something I like. We see. And capture the islands right here. So make sure these are operational. Ports are upgraded. Many steam engine factories have been built. Things are looking good.
Solidement arrimé, Capitaine.
We are keeping
Sortez la voile.
our objective to make at least 100,000 just fine. Now the ports in North America be established further. Wow, awesome. Here. No, I don't want to build a building just yet. Let's just kind of keep it this way. Keep a little bit of money.
Je dois me reposer. J'attends vos instructions.
Military technology. Percussion cap. This small copper container holds a chemical mixture that reacts explosively when hit. The flash is used to ignite a main gunpowder charge. A percussion piece has less to go wrong than a flintlock during firing. There is no flint to become loose, no need to charge the pan with loose powder, and less to get wet in bad weather. Instead, a small cap is fitted over the end of a small tube at the breech end of the barrel. This cap is filled with fulminate of mercury, a most volatile substance. When it is struck by the hammer, it explodes, but in a small way. The flash travels down the tube and ignites the main charge of gunpowder, and the musket fires. Historically, the percussion cap was the invention of a Scottish clergyman, Alexander John Forsyth, 1769–1843, who was looking for a solution to a hunting problem. The flintlock flash in the pan before the main charge fire alerted birds that they were about to be shot, causing them to fly away in a doggedly unsporting fashion. The newly discovered and very unstable fulminate of mercury gave him an invisible spark that didn't warn his feathered victims. Alright, Ascent of a Mont Blanc. Savoyard Mountaineers Dr. Michael Packard and his guide Jacques Balmat have completed a successful ascent of Mont Blanc, highest of the Alps and the most treacherous climb amongst them. Completing a challenge first set out a quarter of a century before by the scientist Horace Benedict Saussure, Packard planned the expedition in detail for 3 years, intending to gather accurate information about the true height of the peak. He studied the grand plateau of the mountain with the binoculars in order to gather information on weather patterns and likelihood of avalanches occurring. After recruiting Balmat and following a hazardous climb of almost 3 days, they finally reached the summit. Once there, Picard was unable to gather the information he wanted due to damage to his barometer. Unable to find shelter and snowblind, he was led back down to the Vivo Rock by Balmat, returning safely to the valley the following afternoon. More construction took place. That's quite a bit of construction actually. And there is our most precious university that's not doing a job, so we're going to tear this university down here in Krakow, and we'll make sure that the work continues elsewhere. And now we are going to just simply focus on expanding our trade capabilities. And as you can see, these are enormous in size. Okay. So far so good. I'm sure we'll be able to now just expand everything and everything. The war with the Spanish is going to be ruthless, because they had so many armies. But if Spain itself falls, it could be that its colonies will just be left for whoever rebels there. Maybe something like the New Spain, Mexico, or something of that sort come up. Construction report. Our trading companies are being constructed here, as you can see, quite a few. Good to know that are that advanced. Here I already built quite a few, but it's nice to check through again to see how it looks like. And it looks like we went through all the parts now, and the ones that are going to be built through are the ones that did not require the trading company. And there's probably only very few ports left that do need trading company established, global trading company that is. Alright, let's move a little inland here and let's go for more construction. I need to send this army east, far east, so that they could intercept Kazan. Belongs to our enemies. Our potential enemies, that is. They are our friends, the Spanish. But we need to prepare for war while we are still in peace. That's what the smart folk would do. Furthermore, our research needs to mark the bug right here, mass production. Recruitment cost for all land units, cost for all naval units reduced, plus 8% bonus to town build from all buildings. That's good, very good. And here we are expanding ourselves further.